let's talk about Mike McCarthy not getting
not
released.
being not being cut.
Yeehaw! Well, I would say this. Apparently, Dion Sanders and Jerry Jones were talking about the vacancy even before this news came out. Um, I don't want Deion Sanders in the NFL, regardless of which team he's in, because I don't think he's fit for the NFL.
Like, as a coach.
Yeah. Look, Aaron, you know this, Aaron. 90% of college coaches fail in the NFL.
A lot of analysts are saying that they don't want him in the NFL either.
Yeah.
And it goes to that point too.
They're saying that can he coach anyone other than his son?
Right. And he's only coached his son. So now, is he going to be better than Mike McCarthy? Sure. Maybe. But I will say that I don't know that I trust. I adore Coach Prime. He was one of the best corners in the league ever in the 1990s. But I'll say this as the Cowboys fan on the panel
Stream. Yeah.
on the stream. I don't believe that he would be a good coach in the NFL, and I don't know that he's a like NFL players coach. He's more of a I need to turn you into a man coach, whereas the NFL guys are already men and they're mature, they're grown, they're whatever. So the way he's gonna talk to them is it's gonna fall on deaf ears.
But here's the thing. I feel like he's a leader of men. So he's basically gonna be what Mike McCarthy was not. Mike McCarthy was not a leader of men.
I mean, his speeches were terrible.
So I'm gonna go one further and tell you this: if there was already an established system, and you wanted to bring him in as maybe an advisor, you might.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the fact of the matter is 9 out of 10 teams that are being coached, 9 out of those 10 teams are basically how do I put this? 9 out of 10 of those teams are having to rebuild. You can't put Deion Sanders in a place where there has to be a rebuild because he's not going to know what to do. You have to have something already established, and you can't give him too much power.
My question is this: Jason? Do you think that Kellen Moore returns to Dallas and becomes the next Cowboys coach?
No, and I don't think so because
basically the one that ran him out of town was Mike McCarthy, not Jerry Jones.
Not Jerry Jones, but I just don't think he comes back as a head coach to Dallas, especially because the players didn't respond well to him. I'll say this: look, no matter I would love Ben Johnson, but Ben Johnson's asking for a Belichick kind of paycheck or a Andy Reid paycheck. You're not going to get $15-20 million to be a head coach. 10 mil, maybe I could see 10 mil.
This was Jerry Jones cheap ass.
Because he'd rather pay overrated players. He'd rather pay overrated players than head coaches.
Because here's the thing. That's the reason why Mike McCarthy is not staying, was because Mike McCarthy wanted more money and wanted more security for his staff. And Jerry Jones was like, I ain't doing that. Like,
they didn't agree on the length of time. And also, apparently, Jerry Jones ignored negotiations. I'm not sure what that means. But they said that he ignored negotiations. So what this says is Jerry Jones wasn't in it at all. I think what Jerry Jones was saying is, you either take what I give you or you can just leave. And Mike McCarthy left.
So Mike McCarthy, Mike McCarthy was not released. He just left.
Yeah, his contract.
It expired. And then when they went into contract extension negotiations, it all fell apart because they couldn't reach. The original news was that they couldn't agree on a timeline, the length of his extension. And Jerry Jones, then it came out that Jones ignored the negotiations as a whole.
But here's the thing. I feel like Jerry Jones did this do dirty because he denied interviews for the
Yes, from
Bears to
from
interview him
Carolina.
last week, and
Yeah, that's
why
why.
do that shit if you knew that you weren't gonna retain him? Like,
Like I
True.
said, I'll go back to my point. I think he knew. I think he figured I'll retain him for my deal. I don't want to hear. I'm going to offer him this, and I think he'll take the offer if he does it. Great, but yeah, I was always curious when he said no, you can't do the interviews. I was going, why is he doing that?
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
My thing is, and you guys know the NFL better than I do. Why does a coach need permission to go talk to other teams after the season's over?
because there's like tampering and like
Well, it's kind of like well, there's contract tampering for one, but then there's also conflict of interest for two.
yeah.
But okay,
It's like if you were working at a food line and you decided to interview with Kroger or Winn Dixie or something.
Let me. It's like if you were working at Apple, but you're also wanting to
oh,
work for Android,
Interviewing
but
with
you also
Samsung
have a job interview for Android.
or for Samsung.
Hmm.
but if I put in my 2 weeks notice at Apple and I say, hey, I'm leaving, and I don't have to tell you who I'm interviewing with, or hey, I'm going to Android and I'm putting my 2 weeks notice. I hear a kitty. Um, then there you go.
Yeah, I don't know what that's up to owner discretion because some owners can actually just block coaches from.
Well, and they'll blacklist them too.
Yeah.
Like they'll straight up blacklist them.
Well, all I'm saying is they wanted Mike Vrabel. I said no to that one. They want Ben Johnson, but Ben
I would have
Johnson
said
hasn't
yes to
proven
that
it.
one.
Mike Vrabel would have been revolutionary for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he's basically a younger Belichick.
He's
But
younger
Well,
Belichick.
he was
He's
more of an
okay.
he
Okay,
coordinator,
also has
though.
his
okay.
own personality
He,
too. Like he's
he's a
young.
Bill.
He has good qualities and the Belichick qualities, and they both balance out.
Okay, no, he's Bill Belichick. If Bill Belichick wasn't limited to only being able to have success with one player.
Hmm.
But he was mainly a coordinator. He was only a head coach for what, a year?
No, he was a coach for like 5 years.
Hmm. What was his record?
It was a winning record, but the reason why he got fired was because Tennessee was like, we don't want you anymore. Because here's Tennessee did him wrong, did Vrabel wrong. What happened was,
Tennessee did not know what was truly wrong and pointed the finger at the wrong person.
yeah,
Oh,
because
like the Jets.
This is how Tennessee
Yeah.
messed up everything. So basically, AJ Brown wanted to get paid. The
As did
Titans said
Julio
no.
Jones.
The Titans said no. So then the Titans traded AJ Brown, but they didn't tell Mike Vrabel. So then Mike Vrabel was like, "Why the hell did you trade away my best piece? Now we're scrambling to get a wide receiver. Like if you would have told me that was the choice, I would have been figuring out a replacement. Like literally, like the day of the draft, like Mike Vrabel did not know that AJ Brown was going to get traded because the
Well,
management didn't tell him.
and they did the same thing with Julio Jones.
Oh, is that how he ended up in Tampa Bay?
Yes.
Ah,
That's how
but
AJ Brown ended up with Philly.
I was always wondering. But okay, so let me ask this. So let me ask this then. Was his winning record I'm taking him to the AFC
Yes.
championship?
Yes, he did take the Tennessee Titans to an AFC championship.
But now he signed a deal with
Patriots.
the Patriots. I wonder how that's gonna go.
I think him having
Well, he has a lot of money. Like the Patriots are the number one team in the league with salary cap, so he can rebuild all
the
he
salary
wants.
cap is not what impresses me about that setup. It's having Drake May is only third year in the league. He's still got a relatively clean slate to work with in terms of training him as a quarterback. Mike Vrabel could do great things with him.
Not to say, if Mike Vrabel had an elite quarterback, Tennessee would be in the Super Bowl conversations.
Yes, they would be. Not only
But
that, but also acquiring Tony Pollard while Mike Vrabel
no, but
was
here's the
still
thing:
there
he
was
also
great for
had
them.
Derrick Henry too. He had to
Yeah,
remember.
exactly.
Wow, he had some good pieces.